Dear friends, welcome to Know Thyself YouTube channel. Good morning. Hope you are all staying safe and keeping well. I sincerely thank all of you who have subscribed to this channel and follow the channel. If you find the contents of the videos uploaded in this channel useful, please subscribe to this channel and click the notification or the bell icon so that you can be notified when a video is uploaded. Kindly share the videos with others or on the internet. In the last episode of Know Your Mind segment, we briefly introduced Freudian perspective of the human psyche and clarified the first element, the id. In this episode, we elaborate on the second element of the human psyche, namely the ego. The ego, the second component of human personality, arises from the id. The ego is that part of the id which has been modified by the direct influence of the external world. The ego develops from the id to mediate between the unrealistic id and the external world. It ensures that the impulses of the id are reined in and expressed in ways that are acceptable socially and in the real world situation. Thus, the ego is that component of personality that is responsible for dealing with reality. It is the decision-making component of personality. Unlike the id, that is chaotic and unreasonable, the ego works by reason and orderly thinking. While the id is driven by the pleasure principle and strives for immediate gratification of all desires, wants, and needs, the ego operates based on the reality principle and strives to satisfy the id's desires in reasonable, realistic, and socially appropriate ways. The reality principle that guides the ego's decisions and actions weighs the pros and cons, the costs and benefits of an action before deciding to act upon or abandon the impulses. In most cases, the ego uses the process such as delayed gratification, compromising, or postponing satisfaction in order to avoid the negative consequences of going against socially accepted practices. Thus, the ego considers social realities such as norms, etiquette, and rules in deciding how to behave in a given situation. In doing so, the ego satisfies the impulses of the id in realistic ways by eventually allowing the behaviors, but at a socially suitable time, fitting place, and proper manner. The ego deals with the tension and anxiety created by the unmet impulses through secondary process thinking, in which it tries to find an object in the real world that matches the mental image created by the id's primary process thinking. By using the secondary process thinking, the ego gears up towards problem solving and reality testing, thereby enables you to maintain self-control. Let us take the example of you being stuck in a long meeting. You find yourself increasingly hungry as the meeting continues. Though your id might compel you to rush for a snack, your ego guides you to sit quietly, imagining that you can have the snack you like after the meeting ends. Once the meeting is finally over, you can seek out the snack you imagined and satisfy the demand of the id in a realistic and appropriate manner. Thus, though the ego is not concerned about what is right and wrong, it is interested in maximizing pleasure and minimizing pain without getting into trouble by using judgment, regulation, and control and particularly by seeking and achieving pleasure in a reasonable and responsible way. It is important to keep one's ego strong in order to keep the impulsiveness of the id under check. In order to enhance the ego functioning, one must test reality by thinking through various possible options so as to find the right course of decision and action. The ego, though resides in the conscious and the subconscious levels of the mind, it extends its functioning to the levels of the conscious mind, subconscious mind, and unconscious mind. The ego's consideration of reality is conscious. Similarly, the ego's functioning is also subconscious in that it happens below conscious awareness and takes some effort to bring those thoughts into the level of the conscious mind. Likewise, the ego may also keep forbidden desires hidden in the unconscious level by repressing them. Let us conclude our analysis of the ego by spelling out some of its characteristics. It is modified by direct external influences. It is the decision-making component of the human psyche. It works by reason. It delays gratification, makes compromises, and lets go satisfaction to avoid negative consequences. It has no concept of right and wrong. It sees something as good as long as there is no harm to itself or the id. It tends to be weak compared to the id. The ego will experience anxiety if it fails to use the reality principle to regulate the impulsiveness of the id. And it is realistic, uses reason, and oriented towards problem solving. In the next episode, we will speak about the third element of Freudian structure of the human psyche, the superego. Thank you for watching this video. Stay blessed until we see you again with another video.